she's representing Nubiq.
Good evening, my name is Hélène Haughney and I'm CEO of Nubiq Technology Limited. Have you ever searched for content on the mobile web and ended up downloading a PC version of the website onto your mobile device? It's ugly, it's almost unusable. So how can you guarantee that when you search for content on the mobile web that you will download a version of the website that's built specifically for your mobile phone? Further, how can you encourage your community of friends and family and colleagues to actually share bookmarks and useful websites that they find across mobile devices? Nubiq breaks down the barriers to mobile web adoption and provides a directory of 1 million mobile websites. All of the sites we provide are optimized for the mobile device and won't waste your time. We also provide users with a service to discover good mobile web content, but not only discover it, to actually share it and to build a mobile web community around that content. Over the next 3 years, mobile web users will double to 2 billion users. All mobile devices will have internet access, and the mobile advertising industry is set to become an $11 billion industry. But the growth is being blocked because the mobile web is so disorganized and the end user experience is a poor experience at the moment. Nubiq provides a fully hosted and managed service so that the end user, and it's free to the end user. So an end user can come along, use our service to build their own mobile website, submit that website into our directory, and then discover, share and personalize that with their community of friends and family. Nubiq's business model is based on SMS revenues and mobile advertising. Our current customers, O2 and T-Mobile, already experience an ARPU of $1 per user per month, and that's only with version 1 of our services. We have 6,000 users worldwide, and are seeing that grow on a monthly basis. Our return visitor rates, our conversion rates, and basically our, looking at the loyalty of our customers are above industry averages. So we're seeking investment from qualified investors of $1.5 million, and that is to scale the service into new markets in 2008. So we invite you to participate in our growth. Thank you.
Well done, Helen. That's very well presented, very, very nice. And I was very impressed with the fact that you got 2 customers. I think you mentioned O2 and Virgin Mobile, did you say?
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile, very, very impressive. Patrick, do you have any questions?
Sure. So how did you acquire those customers? What was the sales cycle like? How did you get the initial meeting, etc.?
Well, O2 in Ireland, we have been doing some work with them because Nubiq is a campus company from Waterford Institute of Technology. So we've been doing some research with O2 in Ireland and have been helping them, and then helping us in looking at the mobile web and also looking at their IMO strategy. So we basically built up a very good relationship with them and have since then gone live on their mobile portal and their web portal, and are in talks with them then for future services that we have. For T-Mobile, it's T-Mobile in the Netherlands that we're working with, and they actually approached us. They heard about our great service.
Good idea. Do you have? Is anybody in the audience that wants to ask a question? We've got a very diverse group here. Does anybody want to ask a question? Yes, here.
In the mobile space, who do you see as competitors with Google and Yahoo and everybody else trying to get into the mobile space? How are you going to differentiate what you're doing on the artist side compared to the Silicon Valley or bigger marketplace?
Yeah, good question, Brendan. We don't position ourselves as search, so we're not doing mobile search. That is Google and Yahoo, but we are doing mobile discovery, and we guarantee that you will discover content that's specifically designed for the mobile device. We also provide the suite of services, so for a user that comes along and wants to submit their website into our directory, we'll rate it for them, but if they don't have that website to begin with, we'll give them the tools and the services to build that website out and then submit it into our directory.
Yes, we have a question over here.
Have you thought about your most likely exit scenario?
We have given it some thought, yes. So our most likely exit will be acquisition.
Any questions from the panel?
I've got
Dino.
one question, yeah. So, in your deals with the carriers, do the carriers still approve is this an on-deck?
Yes.
Okay, and so do they approve all the different applications that you're basically kind of, hosting?
Before they listed us off their portal, so we guaranteed that we monitor the content, we agree what the content is going to be, and so they're happy enough, particularly O2, they're happy enough for their customers to go off deck. So they would link to our service on deck, build their site, and that would bring them off deck.
Okay, so the actual applications are off deck. The link to your site is an on deck.
Yes, and then the user will go away and then build their services and so on off deck.
Okay, and the rev share deal with the carriers, assume that's their source of compensation.
Yes, so we pretty much have two routes to market. One is the direct to consumer, where SMS revenue comes directly into Nubiq, and we're now launching mobile advertising across those communities. So with the operator, the deal is we would run premium SMS services, and we know the operator will take the cream on those. But we're also then providing them with a pre-established community so that they can then start to distribute their mobile advertising there also.
Yeah, I just had one quick question. What's the management team makeup that you have in your company? What kind of backgrounds do you have?
My background is from the telco industry. So I worked with Aldiscon, who were one of the first companies to ever introduce short message service centres. So I started there with them and then continued as they were acquired by Logica. And I spent 10 years with Logica, and who eventually became CMG. So my background is telecoms, very much in the operational product management support side of it. I also then worked for a startup where I set up their operational divisions in the US and in the UK, and then moved into, saw the opportunity with the research centre in Ireland to commercialise some research.
That's great. We'll take one last question here from the audience. Are you looking at the markets in developing countries where people don't have PCs but they do have cell phones?
Yes, India would be one of those markets that we're looking at the moment. So we have seen from our statistics that India would actually be the third largest market in terms of people creating mobile web presence. So yeah, we're looking at to see what we can do to actually expand in that market.
Great job. Thank you, Helen. Great.